Hello Year 2s, welcome to our science lesson, term 2. The topic is about making animal shadows. Lesson 2, we are going to use our learner's book page 44 and 45, skills builder page 28 and 29. Later we will check our progress, our learner's book page 46 and 47. Let's look at our learning objective. Learners will be able to identify shadows, use symbol information sources, identify symbol patterns and associations, review and explain what happened, use first-hand experience by making puppet. Let's start by reviewing our previous lesson. In our previous lesson, we talked about what is shadow and making shadow. First, we say a shadow is made when an object blocks the light. We also say that shadow do not always look like the object that make them. Shadow can be a different shape. Shadow have no color. They are always dark. Shadow have no details like eyes or mouth. We also group objects as opaque, transparent, and translucent in our previous lessons. If we cannot see through an object at all, it is an opaque object. If you are able to see clearly through an object and it is allowing light to pass through it, is transparent. There are some objects through which we can see, but not very clearly. Such objects are known as translucent. Let's move to activity 1. We have an activity 1 here. I want you to look around where you are right now and collect as many objects as you can. An eraser, for example, an eraser. Plastic scale, which is a ruler, pen, a pencil, notebook, single sheet of paper, tracing paper, or a piece of cloth. After collecting those items, I want you to try to look on those objects far away. Look at some of the objects far away, like the boy is doing here. Is holding an object. So when you look through each of these objects, is light from a far away object able to travel to your eyes through any of the object? I told you to try to look at something far away through each of these objects. Is light from a far away object able to travel to your eyes through any of the object? So this boy is looking through a piece of paper. So do the same with the object I told you to collect around your room or collect around where you are, and try to look if the light can travel through it. We can see that a given object or material could be transparent. So we need to find out if the materials are transparent, translucent, or opaque. And this will depend on whether it allows light to pass through it completely, partially, or not at all. Let's move to the next one. We have examples of materials here. Pencil, rubber ball, this is eraser or sheet of writing paper. So we are going to look if it's transparent, translucent, and opaque material. So let's look at the pencil. Is it an opaque? Is it transparent? Or is it translucent? The pencil we have, is it opaque? Is it transparent? Is it translucent? The pencil is opaque because it does not allow light to pass through it at all. It does not allow light to pass through it at all. That is an opaque material. Rubber ball, that is eraser. Does the eraser allow light to pass through it at all? Does the eraser allow light to pass through it? No. So the eraser also is opaque material. Eraser is an opaque material because it does not allow light to pass through. Sheet of writing paper. Sheet of writing paper. Is it an opaque? Is it transparent or translucent? A sheet of writing paper is translucent because it allows some light to pass through. Some light to pass through. So sheet of writing paper is translucent. Translucent. What exactly are shadows? What exactly are shadows? This is activity 2. Shadow gives us some information about shape of objects. Sometimes shadow can also mislead us about the shape of object. So shadow, it gives us information about shape of an object, but sometimes it can mislead us. So we have shadows here. We can see we have a bird, we have a person moving. This can be a piece of paper, a piece of cloth, a cupboard. It can be something, but we don't know exactly what is it. We have a tree. We have a tree here. In the slide below are a few shadows that we can create with our hands and make believe that they are shadows of different animals. In the slides below are few shadows that we can create with our hands and make believe that they are shadows of different animals. Have fun. So we have a video here. You can watch through this video later after we finish. Watch the video, or you can stop where you are, watch the video in YouTube, and then you continue. Let's look at the shadows. Hand shadows. Hand shadows. We have the snail. This looks like the snail, but here is the hand. We have the snail shadow. We have panther shadow. Here is the hands of someone, and this look like panther. We have dog shadow. See, it's someone's hand, but when you look at the shadow, it look like a dog. And this is a horse shadow. Horse. Let's move ahead. We have turkey. Turkey shadow. We have a goose. We have bird. We have cardinal. These are shadows, hand shadows. We also have a rabbit and a kangaroo. These are hand shadow that look like animals. In our learner's book, page 44, here making animal shadows. Making animal shadow. Try making these shadows animal with your hands. Try make these animal shadows with your hands. You can practice this animal shadow in your home with your hands. Let's move again. We have a puppet. We have making shadow puppet. Learner's book, page 45. Making shadow puppet. Learner's book, page 45. Here we have Sarah and Nasreen are making shadow puppets. We have Sarah and Nasreen, they are making shadow puppet. Try making your own shadow puppet. Tell others how the shadow is made. So you need to make your own shadow puppet, and then you'll tell us, when we'll meet online, you'll tell us how shadow is made. After that, we have an activity to do in our skill builder. Is our skill builder page 28 and 29. Here, shadow show. Look at the shadow shape. What can you see? Look at the shadow shape. What can you see? I can see a girl here. I can see a rabbit. I can see a frog. There's a bird here, butterfly. We have the bicycle. We have the flower. So you need to write down what you can see in this picture. Write down what you can see in this picture. Next, here, draw the shape of the shadow. Draw the shape of the shadow. So here I have the object, I have the shoes, I have the book and the backpack. Here you need to draw the shadow. The first one has been done for you. You need to draw the shadow of the book and the shadow of the backpack. Later, you need to turn the object and then you draw the shadow again. Turn the object and draw the shadow. Before we close, we have some activity here. I want to read before we answer the questions. Shadows. Outside shadows appear when something blocks out the light. Outside shadows appear when something blocks out the light. Indoor shadow can also appear in a room with an electricity light on. Indoor shadows can also appear in a room with an electricity light on. The shadow caused by the sun can be different size and at different time of the day. The shadow caused by the sun can be different size at different time of the day. They are longer in the morning, that is sunrise, and evening, sunset, and they are shorter at midday. They are longer in the morning, sunrise, and evening, sunset, and they are shorter at midday. So our first question is, when something blocks out the sunlight, what appears? When something blocks out the sunlight, what appears? Number 2, when we are indoors, what is needed to make a shadow appear? When we are indoors, what is needed to make shadow appear? At what time of the day are shadows longer? At what time of the day are shadows longer? At what time of the day are shadows shorter? At what time of the day are shadows shorter? After that, we have now completed our topic about day, about light and dark. You have completed the topic about light and dark. Now we need to check our progress. Check your progress. Which of these are light sources? You need to find the light sources. Darish has lost her ball. So we have also some questions here. So complete this. Check your progress. Complete the check of progress and we will meet online. I wish you all the best. Have a nice day. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. Bye.